God damn it. We're not playing Rogue Trader, everyone. It's lying. Do not believe the fucking lies of Zinj. He wants to deceive you. Hello everyone. Welcome to the channel. We love you all. This is Mordheim, Clan of the Culled. I am Trisky. I am the player of Mange Scratch, the Skaven Barbarian. We are also joined by, in order, Fluff, who plays Samantha, the mutant, scaly fucking snake girl bard, basically a Lamia. You're basically a Lamia. You're technically a mutant, but you're basically a Lamia.
Yeah, and pacifist. Don't forget that.
Yeah, right. You're the pacifist healer bard in a party of mostly made up of chaos worshipping psychopaths. So it's hilarious.
As well as, should I mention, a pescatarian, which makes things even harder.
Yeah, you're a picky fucking eater too. You only eat like fish and shit, which is hilarious. Yeah. So that's your personality. We have Siegfried Schatz, played by Unknown, or Ken, as I know him. My broski that I met during high school IRL, who, I never really told anyone. I met you in one of the fucking weird classes I had to take because of IEP shit. Because you were wearing a fucking Death Note shirt.
Miss Peters' room, I believe.
Yeah.
True. Death Note shirt, I think I also had a copy of the Ragnarok manhwa.
Yeah. That was that whole deal. And last but definitely not least, considering how often some of his shit helps carry our party to not dying, Solomon, played by Granick, as you all may know him in the chat. He is our other mutant, but he is the cultist and devoted to Nurgle, the god of plague and stagnation.
Also a real friendly god.
Yeah, Grandpa Nurgle. Everyone loves Grandpa Nurgle, except the people that hate Grandpa Nurgle and want to smite him.
And they thought they just don't understand his gifts.
Yeah. And last but not least, of course, is our lovely DM, who is Zach.
Hey, I'm everybody that aren't these guys.
Yeah, basically. He plays the world around us and the circumstances that occur, and we play our interactions upon it. That is generally how most tabletop games work. But for the sake of catching everyone in chat up with what might be going on here, we are going to very quickly do a summary of last session. So, last session we thought was going to be a relatively chill one after we finished up stuff at the Brave Dawn base over in another part of Mordheim where we were, and we were bringing stuff back to our base. We were bringing back the loot. We were bringing back our wounded. We were bringing back our captives, basically. Like, we captured one of the Malal guys, and we were basically hiring a mercenary that was working with them. This guy was using a sniper rifle that got just fucking WWE'd to shit by Solomon. When we learned, part on most of the way back, that everything was on fire back at the base because a pyro bitch that really hates Solomon was attacking again, and she's sort of immortal, so she just keeps coming back. She's a thorn in our side. So we then had to do a full base protection. We had to put out a good fire. There's a sizable chunk of the wall that is burnt up a good bit. And yeah, so we're basically recovering from that. We lost all but one of the members of the Skaven slave mob that we had. And so we have one remaining who we have very promptly named Mob because, well, yeah, duh. That's a pretty good name.
The spirit of the mob lives on in him.
Yes. And we didn't capture anyone from that. We just fucking murdered everyone, I'm pretty damn sure. Yeah. Samantha tried. Samantha tried. I will say that. Samantha tried, but things didn't go too well. A nat 20 basically solidified that Samantha wasn't going to find any people still breathing or people who hadn't been already burned themselves to death at that point. So
Oh,
now
she
we
found
are,
people that are still breathing. She just reached them the half second after they stopped,
yeah, basically.
like 4 times in a row.
And Solomon gave no shits.
Yeah, basically.
And he was busy doing more important stuff, keeping our own people alive, and also doesn't like those people.
So there's that. There's that. And that was basically last session, and now we are in the aftermath. This is hopefully actually going to be a chill session. So take it away, Zach.
Watch someone's.
Yeah, so we come back in like a couple of days later. The group has managed to get some rest, and the massive hole in the side of the building has been patched up, like fairly roughly. The carpenters that they have kind of put up this like patch job just to keep the rain and the wind out, and the kind of thing. And they're working on actually making it a proper wall now. And yeah, so what is everybody doing? Just go down the line. Just say what you're going to be up to during this downtime. Mange, what are you going to be up to?
So Mange
Still,
spent
fairly
this
roughly,
time after realizing that the majority of the Skaven slave mob died off and being quite disappointed at this, he took Mob aside and basically trained the ever-loving shit out of him, just like, you're not allowed to die! He's just like, basically, in Mange's head, he's just like, he's the only one who survived, so he's going to fucking, like, he's going to fucking, buff him up and get him to, stronger standards. In Mange's head, he's looking at him more like, get him closer to Black Rat, which is, I know is basically impossible, but Mange doesn't think. So, even though Mob would very much be more indisposed, well, not indisposed, that's the wrong word, very much more fitting for like an assassin or like a light armor, quick, dodgy kind of thing, like a dodge crit build in Payday 2. Mange is gonna be trying to build him like full fucking armor kind of shit. So he's doing that. He has basically had Bug Solomon to train him in like heavy armor. You did do that one, right? I'm assuming. I forget.
Not this
He was
one.
going to, then I pointed out that it's kind of not an effective fighting style for him since he's
Alright, yeah,
8
so-
strength.
So yeah, well,
Solomon.
Mange wound up doing the training on him to try and get his hit die up to a proper level, to Mange's level, which is 5 now.
Oh, you got 1, so he's at 2 hit dice now. Do you want to roll for his health or take the average?
We'll do the average because I know my rolls are gonna be shit.
Yeah, 2d8, so he has 9 hit points now. You doubled his hit points.
Hey! You still got
And
time
you're
2
also
hits.
getting an ability, which I'll need to think something for.
Yeah, I had gotten a great success with it too, so
Yeah, so he'll get some other fancy thing from you training in.
I'm
which
feeling
I'll need
like
to
something related to fire resistance would be the best thing.
but how would he train that? Would you like having him stand in small fires?
I'm thinking more like he instinctively learns that Mage hates arrows and just learns to dodge them better.
No, Mange just shoots him with low caliber bullets to build up this
It's the higher calibers. God damn it. What is up with me and every single one of my streams just recycling Russian Badger jokes? I swear to fuck, they always come up. He's too good. God damn it. If Russian Badger ever finds any of my videos, he's just gonna think I'm a pug poser, and that's absolutely fine because I basically am at this point.
We're just replicating Russian Badger and the Dream SMP.
and a critical
No,
role
you're
as
doing
well.
the Dream
that as
SMP
well.
shit. I've never watched that shit.
I don't know what
I've
might be
actually
close
never
to, but,
watched Dream SMP. Other people talk about it all the time, but I've never watched it.
But yeah, anyways, if that's all, Samantha's probably gonna go to some like one of the abandoned buildings around and gonna try and test out her new thingy she just got.
Yeah, so when does she like activate this? Like, where is she? What's going on? Where is everybody else?
Probably after everything's done and after everything's calmed down a little bit, she's probably gonna like go over to one of the other buildings. She's gonna be like, "All right, yeah," and just kind of like try to activate it and point it at one of the buildings.
I
So
will
that
have you
aren't
know,
being
Zach.
occupied.
I will have you know, Zach, that the way you have downtime it written in downtime for a train is not what you just had happen.
Oh, they increased to your level. Oh yeah, I buffed it up.
Yeah, you made it
Yep.
much stronger, so he would be up to 5 hit die now. That's why
Damn.
I said that.
I don't know which of them are unoccupied.
Yeah, they're all unoccupied except for the one above, because that's where Mama's.
This is the Skaven House, basically.
The basement has Mama's
basically-
lab, and then the ground floor has like a few like beds of straw for them to sleep on.
So she's gonna probably do it like on this one, like aiming kind of at the door,
So you like out in the street, or are you inside the building?
out in the street.
So like out in the street in front of the building. So like a couple people around, kind of on watch, and you like so you kind of bring up your arm, point at it. This like very intricate and fancy looking thing that looks somewhat like a spider, kind of wrapped around your arm. These like blue like runic almost tattoos kind of extending out from it. You point out and you tap the thing on the top, and you feel something stab into your arm from beneath it, like it stabs you in like the back of the wrist. Feel that pain. And
Ow.
then roll me a d3.
Well, this is gonna be a show. 2.
And Samantha just fucking dies.
Wait, really?
No.
I was
There would
so
at least
fucking
A
scared.
luck save. I'm not that mean. At the very least, you're gonna get some kind of luck save to not instantly die.
Hey.
Yeah, so you tap it, you feel that like pain stab into you, and about a half second later, has everybody seen Lord of the Rings?
Which one in
Yes,
particular?
actually. Took me
Any of
until I
them.
was like 21 until to finally fucking do it, but yes.
You know what things look like when Frodo puts the ring on?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, effectively, that stabs in, and then you kind of blink and look around, and everything looks like that. Kind of like tinged white and kind of like spectrally, like you kind of move your head around and like things kind of trail off like beams of light.
Oh,
That makes you feel like you're moving through water a little bit.
oh.
Look at yourself, you also seem to be this like blue, slightly translucent, kind of wispy.
Samantha's gonna go stumbling around. Guys, guys.
Yeah, where would
Well-
everybody else be? There's probably like Oswald like patrolling around. Where are the rest of you hanging out at?
Solomon would be inside.
Siegfried was probably inside, heading up towards the roof. He was going to look at the ballista, but if you heard that, he'd come heading that way.
Yeah, you don't hear it. You're like heading up to the roof, kind of going to check on the ballista. And then after you're in that thing for about 10 seconds, then do you see things like fade back to normal. And Siegfried, you can like step out and see Samantha just appear in the middle of the road.
But did
What?
you know you could do that? I'm guessing not.
Do what? What did I just do?
Pop in like that?
Pop it. I haven't moved.
I don't see like you just. Oh. Chaos, I guess. What were
No,
you doing?
it was I tapped this thing and then everything went weird and like white and spectral and
Samantha,
shit.
roll me a perception, a detection.
Detection.
Mhm.
All right. Great success.
Hey.
You notice those like runic, like very pretty light blue letters on your hand. There's an extra one now. It's
There's
like it's like extended a tiny bit up your arm.
Merrick! Merrick!
Siegfried sighs and continues on his way.
The
Alex feels
Solomon.
like Samantha is like running inside to go and find Merritt.
Yep, that's exactly
Well,
what she's
I guess
doing.
she runs past Solomon on the way yelling Merrick.
Yeah, so you want to see Samantha like slithering through the house yelling for Merrick.
What's wrong, girl?
I think something happened with this thing. I touched it on the top, and I thought something was going to come out of it, but instead it stabbed into me, and then everything went spectral and white and stuff, and now there's an extra rune on my arm.
What did you learn from that?
I don't know.
Easy answer is you do not play with things you do not know.
Well, how else am I supposed to know what it is?
You got two people who can know about magical things. One's a mage, one is an out goddamn cultist. Geesh.
That's fair.
I don't know what that
Anyways,
But I just love how that means that in character, Solomon refers to himself as a cultist.
Mhm.
Which I just find it a little funny. Like, not like a priest or anything, a cultist.
do you know what this is, perhaps?
Without checking, and I might actually not still know it. Let's give it a show.
All right, she kind of like holds out her arm.
That would be a arcane lore, I bet.
You can try it.
Okay.
And nat 20
And
first.
that's it.
Or nat 1. It's a check.
Close, here's a 3. We got a 4 and a 3 so far. Pretty good rolls.
Yeah.
So you start, like, checking it and like moving it around. And, you know, this thing, obviously magical.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, the runic stuff and that. Trying to think, what would you actually be able to know? Because you're not like a trained mage or anything.
No, and I do probably not know the language written there because I have Common, Mutant, and Dark Tongue.
I would say that you'd be able to tell, like, it's not actually a language.
Ah,
And I'll say if that you could tell, like, that's not like something put onto her skin. It's like, it's almost like her skin there just changes color to that shape. The skin just turns to blue and takes on that shape. Seems like something that's like inside causes that. Some use of it causes that to extend outwards.
Should I go see Merrick?
he might have a better shot at understanding this. I can only tell that it's magical and it's apparently changing your skin color.
And yeah, with the great success and from what you described, so like, you would say that sounds like becoming ethereal, which is like kind of like what ghosts do, which makes them like invisible, intangible, and all that stuff. So seemingly like makes her invisible, maybe also intangible. You're not really sure, but that's what it sounds like.
Sounds like you are becoming part ghost when you use it, at least.
Then what happens when this mark extends all over my body?
I mean, my best guess would be your heart stops when it reaches your chest area, but we'll go with Marek and ask there.
Okay, I'll do that. She says as she starts running off. Merrick!
Sounds like she's having a heart attack already, goddamn.
It's possible it will kill you. Okay.
She's very scared.
Scaring the little girl?
He's just being honest with the poor thing.
Yeah.
She's
Yes, you go running off to find Merrick. And you find him up in his room, kind of like going through a book like he normally is. He's, like,
Solomon
up in-
follows. He's curious now.
Merrick,
I may actually make this base at some point, but guarantee when I do, you guys will decide to move. Yeah, you go up and you find him there, like, reading the book.
Be fair.
As you come in, he like, sets it down and turns around.
To be fair, we were literally talking about moving to somewhere that isn't made
Yeah.
of wood, literally just before you got in the voice chat. So
Yep.
she's just like,
So you kind of turn
Merrick,
to
Merrick,
I'm
what
gonna
is
help
this
you.
thing?
That would
What
be a
is this
bracelet.
thing? I know that, but I tapped it and it stabbed into me, and apparently I went ethereal according to Solomon, and now the rune's bigger.
So you found a magical item that you didn't know anything about and slapped it onto your arm.
Solomon kind of just goes,
yeah.
yeah, that's basically what I just told her.
I love this whole
Oh.
entire meta of everyone basically just telling the naive girl that she's a naive girl.
You should be cautious in future. Some of those could cut off your arm, kill you. Various weapons.
I'll keep that in mind from now on. Sorry, I'm new to this.
Well, what happened?
Well, I probably shouldn't have done this either, but I tapped it, and then it stabbed into my wrist, and apparently, according to Solomon, I went ethereal for a few seconds, and then according to Siegfried, I just popped out of thin air. And now the rune is bigger.
God, he rolled a 4. Rolls are good this session. Yeah, so he would look at it and kind of and like seemingly like talking to himself. It's like spider design, turns invisible, bluish mark. Well, given all of that, this is likely linked, or at least inspired by phase spiders, which are spiders that can phase out of our existence and then reappear when they wish. They're regular ambushes.
Oh.
That, I guess that activating it lets you temporarily replicate their abilities. So shift out of our plane so nothing can affect you.
That might actually be useful for me. What about the rune extending?
I was getting to that. Given that you said it stabbed you, I'd say perhaps not entirely magical. It may have a bit of alchemy or something in the mix. Since a stabbing followed by something on the skin changing would imply some form of injection. So, I first thought it'd be some form of modified phase spider venom that somehow replicates their abilities. And he turns, grabs his book and starts writing. This is interesting.
Are there any adverse effects to phase spider venom?
Oh, normally it kills you.
Oh!
So that's why I said a modified version. I've never seen anything like this. I'm not an enchanter nor am I an alchemist. So I couldn't say for certain. If you wish to risk it, you could ask Mama, but I doubt that he has interacted with phase spider venom before.
Do you think Skitri might have some knowledge on it?
Well, have you tried removing it?
She kind of tugs on it. It doesn't come off.
Well, if you're willing to stay here for a while, I could do some rituals and attempt to ascertain exactly what the enchantment and all of that on it does. It won't be exact. It'll be better than nothing.
She's like, yes, please. Where do I sit, I guess?
Yeah, so he just directs you to a chair and just sit down, set your wrist down and stay still as best you can.
Yeah, she's going to do that. It's like, okay, thank you.
Yeah, so the next few hours are a fairly uncomfortable bit as he has you keep the wrist locked still. To the point that if you keep moving it too much, you'll get some manacles and lock your arm down. Well, he does his magic stuff. He's things glowing, and people outside the room see blue glow kind of coming out of the out of beneath the door. As they do all these spells.
Solomon's in there seeing the whole thing, which is hilarious to me.
I'm gonna roll a couple DDMs. He's good.
Okay. Oh boy.
The demon. Yeah, so you kind of does a comprehend languages, confirms that it's not a language, seems to be just some kind of markings. And let me see how good he does. Another 4. Holy crap. Rolls this session. So yes. that much. And he would be able to tell specifically what would happen. He'd be able to say that using it too many times would cause the effects to alter slightly, as you're either your body gets too much of it in there or builds some form of resistance. So keep a note on your sheet of how many times you use it. So if I've got... And what is your con score?
My con score. My con score is
That's the number, not
12, actually. It's actually 12.
So keep notes when you use it, and tell me once you've used it 13 times.
Oh, okay.
Because on the 13th time, something funky might happen.
And does this count as having used it once now?
Yes, she used it once.
So
you got
magical item
11
doesn't
more.
care. That was a test.
Yeah, so you've got 11 more times you can use it while staying safe. On the 12th time, something might happen.
Great. Well, I guess it's only to be used for emergencies then.
Yeah, but he did find that if Solomon has something that can remove a curse, then you can do that, and it will force the thing to unlock from your arm.
Solomon doesn't have that right now, but I do believe he has something that he can learn it.
Yeah. So if he learns that later, he can get it removed from you. But even if that gets removed, keep that track on you in case you put it back on again.
I mean, I could literally learn regeneration, cut off the arm, and regrow it for her.
Yeah. But then it would still be attached to the arm, so nobody else could use it.
We just roast it in the fire, then it's back. I literally cannot see how my character here does not have a remove curses option in his spell book right now. That's weird to me.
So that's what Samantha finds out about that thing that she used.
Hey,
There are some other loot items from the base if anyone wants to try drinking any of the potions.
I mean, Solomon is willing to do it because if it's poisonous or a disease, it's not going to kill him.
But there's also, you need to chug the whole thing for it to have an effect.
Yep, he's much more in tune with just ending out.
Can't have Mama, find out what one of them does.
Yeah, we kind of find...
Just checking out the potion.
Last time we asked Mama to check what something was, he stabbed it into Siegfried.
Yeah, Siegfried's not volunteering for this
Yeah,
one.
but you had more than one use of that, though. You had several uses. It's just this is easiest. But when you have the one checks, you can't really do that. He can't really do that.
We still fall into that. We still all fall into that one. Good God.
Yeah. So anybody wants to check through the loot thing and see what they want to investigate? So it's also because the coin and that, you can just test out by flipping it around and seeing what it does. You used it once and you felt a bit lucky, but
let me check the loot table again. There was something Solomon was interested in.
Mange is just holding on to the coin at this point. He's not really interested.
We are
in
not
checking
getting
it
that one out
anymore.
of Mange's hand.
Yeah, basically.
We did test the scepter and found out that it was a fun little thing.
you found out it was magical. You didn't actually find out what it did.
Oh no, we did. Remember, Samantha Samantha recklessly used a magic item again and
You
pointed
saw
it
that.
at a statue, and it vaporized.
I remember now.
I also found out about the pillbox.
And the coin.
I don't think you found out what the pillbox did.
What we
No.
found out that what it does, kind of, with the things inside.
I'll be honest with you. Samantha would probably see the pretty kitties, and she'd probably want to do it. Probably want to mess around with it.
Yep. But yes, Solomon would definitely try and find the stuff out about the test tube vial with golden caps and a small chain attached.
How are you trying to figure that thing out?
Well, let's see. I do have Apothecary, so I could actually run some tests on it with Mama's help.
Do you have an alchemy? I know you have a lab. You don't need an alchemy kit. Yeah. So you can
Fail.
roll an alchemy test with advantage since you've got a few days and an actual lab to do it.
I do not have alchemy, but I have apothecary.
Apothecary is what I meant.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let me find the thing to tell you exactly what it does.
What the fuck is up with all of these goddamn tests today?
Dude, I have advantage on intelligence and perception rolls. Look at the other option I missed.
Oh, okay.
That's what
Yeah, just that. Yeah, it's probably just the easiest way. You rolled it.
So essentially, if you drink it, you can then take your head off, and the head and the body will continue acting as normal.
Okay.
Oh god, have Siegfried used that plus multiplying himself?
The head still needs to be reattached before the potion ends, or you do die.
Oh.
If someone's going to decapitate you, just chug that and you're fine.
Oh boy, this is just an awesome potion. Ah.
Hmm.
Anyone else want Solomon to test something?
Siegfried's curious what Solomon thinks of the riddle in the crimson envelope.
Well, what would I have to roll for that one?
I mean, you can also just read it and see if you can see what it means.
I think I know what it means, but I don't want to just say it.
You can just say it, because you're as smart as your character.
Solomon would definitely be happy to read it out loud for Siegfried, because he actually knows that language.
Yeah, you'd kind of
Go
you
for
have to
it.
translate it to common.
Mostly because dark speech is not exactly pleasant for mortal ears.
Oh, yeah.
It has a tendency to drive people mad.
Yeah, so it would be a thing that you notice. It doesn't rhyme in dark speech, but it rhymes in common.
That's weird.
Implying that it's kind of made for common and translated into dark speech.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What do you say?
Go ahead, translate it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the general.
Yeah. Alive as thee, but absent breath. Cold and life as we are in death. Always here first we ever drink. Clad in mail, but never clink.
Camel, breathe. Oh, well, I mean, they breathe, but not with air. A fish?
Nothing happened when you say it, if that's what you're waiting for.
Sounds kind of like a riddle, but
Just a riddle.
OC,
There's no point.
OC, was I correct?
Hey, you don't
if
know.
you can say.
There's nothing that would show you if you're correct.
Samantha kind of says, "Didn't we have a little potion that had a fish on it?
do.
Maybe that's what it refers to."
Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe we should. Samantha is about to say something, but then she's like, maybe not. Maybe we should drink. No, probably not. We probably shouldn't drink the random potion that the dark speech person told us to.
Yeah, I would not suggest you do that. That's literally what I can survive. You people might still just flat out die from that kind of stuff. I mean, even Mama won't do
How
that.
thirsty you think Hergig is?
Maybe we should take the fish potion to Mama?
Yeah, considering I just used a lot of time with this fancy little thing and a letter. Let's go.
Oh, you guys can go on ahead.
Solomon takes the fish potion to Mama.
Yeah, you guys take the fish potion to Mama, and he spends a few days tinkering with it. And I'm 80% sure I know what the potion is, but you just go to the page so I can make sure.
Yeah, that
don't
is
wanna
why you
see-
marked them.
Find out it's not that.
Water becomes a
It's
Swedish fish.
obviously a water breathing potion or some shit. There's
Most
no way it isn't.
I wanted to double check.
It's made to make you
Probably.
think it is, but it actually like causes it so that like water just like burns you at the touch.
That'd be such an asshole potion. Yeah, so it is a water mastery potion. So you can breathe water, swim as fast as the shark, and walk on water if you want.
Nice.
How long does it
How long does it
last?
last?
D6 times 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It can last up to an hour. That's not bad.
Between 10 minutes and an hour.
All right.
You can
Right.
get pretty damn far as a shark in 10 minutes.
Sea snake.
True.
Very true.
If she wasn't a pacifist, that could be horrifying.
Should we talk to maybe talk to her, Greg, or something?
I mean, if you want to, I won't stop. Yeah. Just don't let him out.
Samantha's probably gonna try to talk to her, Greg, now that she knows about him. It's like, oh, there's a person in the base. Why haven't we talked to him yet?
Because he
gonna
keeps
go
the
down.
werewolf company every night and is probably not very happy right now.
Well, I can always talk to him. Kind of starts slithering down towards the basement.
Yeah. You guys head down to the basement and you find him. It's kind of like sat in the corner of one of the cells.
All right. You mind if we do a meanwhile mange?
You can shift over to what Mange is doing to save out a bit.
All right, so Mange's, as I was saying before, Mange's main focus during this period of time has been to train up the one remaining rat, probably hanging around with Skid Scratch's backup, and basically just trying to get this rat fit as fuck because it's the only survivor. So basically, Mange's just imagine like a Rocky montage.
Yes, he's having like run around a bunch of bags on his back, like run up and down the stairs all day. He is not having fun. But slowly gets a bit stronger, buffing his stats a little bit.
Survive better! Survive better!
Yeah.
But was that it?
Triumphant music as he's running up and down the stairs, lifting
Sorry, I
all the
need to
weight,
close the door.
backing training dummies with wooden stick.
Yeah. So he's doing all of this, but at the same time, he's also just sort of like looking back and forth, and he's checking up on people in the meanwhile, like in between sessions when he's laying the rat rest, because he understands that Skaven and not capable of running around with this shit 24/7 or else die. So he'll go
Or else die.
or else die, yeah, basically. So he'll also be checking in on the black rats as well. And basically going around all this, doing things that he thinks a leader would do, but probably very poorly or very, very inefficiently. And so he's going to at some point come up to Siegfried, like in his chambers, like at one day, and he's just gonna be like, Siegfried,
Yep.
come join.
All right.
Just like pushes the door further open and walks down the stairs with Siegfried to the tavern, and he goes up over to the alcohol cabinet, and you just see this rat like jump up to the cabinet and start throwing out really cheap ass alcohol onto the floor to just spill along, and they grabs one from the back that's actually pretty high quality.
Whoa.
And he grabs one of the high quality ones from the back, and he just like tosses it towards you, basically expecting you to grab it midair.
Yeah, he'll catch it, looking very concerned at all the ones that he just smashed.
Roll a check.
Acrobatic. Yeah, acrobatics.
Acrobatics check.
Just for the hell of it.
Because it's funnier that way.
Yeah.
So we don't have acrobatic skill. That would probably be Dex then, I'm guessing.
And the first crap roll of the campaign today. Barely
He still
succeeding.
succeeds.
He's
So-
not
so-
expecting
like-
this, so he's just like
Oh.
grabbing it at the tips and he barely grabs it
Yeah.
as it's about to hit the floor.
It's that thing where you catch something and like bop it in the air a couple times before you get a firm hold on it. You probably kind of slap it in the air and then grab it.
And Mange, after tossing you that, grabs another one and just like jumps down. He completely ignores the now like spilled mess of cheap alcohol on the floor behind him and walks over to you and just like grabs your shoulder and drags you over to a table like off in the corner. And you could see like this strange look in his eyes.
Wait, we're gonna replace that, right?
Later. Mange,
We toasting something?
Mange brings you over to the table. You notice at this point that it's only you and Mange in the entire tavern. Everyone else is somehow, for some reason, not here. Nobody else is eating or drinking or anything.
Yeah. So everyone else is off doing other stuff. It's like not lunch or it's not a meal time, so people are off doing their own thing.
And so he has you sit down. He's just like, sit.
It's it.
Mange looks at him, pulls open the bottle, and you see this fucking rat down the entire thing as quickly as possible. He's basically like chugging this, like it's supposed to be this like really nice slow drink grade alcohol that you're supposed to enjoy and savor and whatnot, but he's just chugging this shit really hard.
Hey, it's not a drinking contest, or I don't think that's your intention. We could
He
we
slams
take
the
it in
bottle
stride.
on the table in the middle of this sentence. He's just like, "That's hard."
that it was.
Being
So,
leader
I
hard.
should warn you. Oh yeah. I suppose it is.
They just looking at you, and you see like this panicked, like contemplative expression that you've never seen on Mange before. He's just like, weird, hard, not no, confused. Help.
All right. I don't know what's the boss want help with? Is something
Yes.
with something with the party? Something with the party, defenses,
You see Mange
logistics.
look at you, and he just sort of like points around, like he's doing that thing where he's just like holding his hands out and pointing at fucking everything. It like in an exasperated sort of way. He's just like, Mange say leader because leader cool. Mange say leader because leader powerful. Mange not know how to run this shit.
Hey, practice makes perfect. We gotta just I don't know, we can think of some some activities. So maybe have some regular meetings like we used to at the big dining hall in the mansion. Could get an idea, get a schedule going. So he's taking like a
Yeah.
few sips of his thing.
Yeah. Mange chugs some more.
Maybe it kind of glances back at the mess, just like maybe to figure out how we want to ration some things.
Mange buy you more alcohol.
Why, thank you.
So Siegfried would know that Mange just outright saying Mange will buy you something is something like eerily weird for him to say.
He had on the tip of his tongue, he was gonna say, that's good. It's good.
Mange just sort of looks at you, and you could all. So, Zach, I'm going to give you the call on this. How good do you recall Skavens being with alcohol, if at all?
I don't think they ever tend to drink it. They have Warpstone instead.
Hmm.
but what is your con?
My con is pretty decent. I think I have like 14 or 15. Let me double check.
You got 16.
16, yeah. Right,
Yeah,
yeah, I have a pretty
so-
decent con.
Same
Yeah,
with Solomon.
online, I don't imagine Mange has really drank before. So it's like he'd have like a natural resistance from good con, but it's also your first time, so
Number one,
That's
he
what
doesn't
did
really
drown.
drink much. Number 2, he's just chugging this really high proof shit.
yeah. So yeah, it's definitely hitting you. It's gonna hit you hard.
Yeah, so Mange is like at this point probably already starting to slur his stuff because it just goes straight through. And
Game metabolism is pretty quick.
you notice Mange just like sort of tap the bottle on the table a little bit. Nothing gushes out, and he's just like, "Ah!" and tosses it aside. The bottle cracks at this point because his fucking Frostwalker has finally gotten to it and frozen it. So the
Yeah, it's gonna be
remainder
like-
of it is
Trying to melt it again.
no, Mange doesn't even bother. He just looks at it, realizes the rest of it is frozen, just says fuck it, and tosses it to the side, and it cracks, and there's just like a slushy of alcohol on the ground there.
Alcohol slushy.
We gotta get a maid.
Siegfried takes another sip of his.
Mange just sort of you see Mange's like tail like flailing back and forth strangely, and his tentacle looks like it's quite obviously his tentacle looks like it's drunk. Mange is drunk. Mange is fucking super drunk at this point already. It doesn't take long apparently for him to get super drunk on high proof shit. And he is looking at you, and you see like this weird smile come across his face. It's not like his normal like menacing like battle ready smile. It seems like the weirdest thing that comes
Jeez.
across your mind is probably it's the most genuine smile you've seen Mange ever have. And he just looks at you. He's just like, I appreciate you.
Siegfried just pat him on the shoulder.
I thought this was going
You're
another
good.
way.
And
You're a good man rat, Mange.
Mange
Don't worry,
looks
we got
at
this.
you, and do Skavens have tear ducts?
Why
Oh
not?
god.
Because he starts fucking crying, and that's basically the rest of this. He just starts bawling.
Yeah, why not?
He just starts fucking bawling.
Siegfried's just
Mange-
like awkwardly there for a second, and then just like
Mange
starts
is
to, like,
just
go in
having
for
like a
hug.
stress breakdown after all of this. Like after like the stress of like all this stuff burning down, so many of the Skaven slaves getting killed and whatnot, and this feeling of like being the leader and whatnot. He's just having like this mental sort of stress breakdown, and he's just like wailing and crying. And you all know how loud he is, so you could probably like if you're still in this building, you could probably hear him crying.
Yeah, it's like Samantha's like about to go down to see Hergig or whatever his name is, and he's just
Hergig.
like coming through Hergig, and he's going through, and it's like it's this door is down the cellar is in the bar, so she's just kind of like coming in, and then she's kind of like looking at Siegfried, and she's kind of like, I'll just go, I'll leave you two alone. As she
Just kinda-
starts heading her way down into the dungeon.
He's like starting to like hug Mange, just kind of like quick, like just glance over to her and just kind of nods, like, "Yeah, I could probably go."
As she starts heading down the dungeon.
Is
Yeah, that's
Siegfried gonna
basically
do?
what I wanted for my side.
It was good.
Anything at this? Mange just starts crying.
No, yeah, Siegfried just is just standing there like hugging this crying rat. Not really saying anything. He's just really confused. I can't hear anyone all of a sudden.
Nobody was
Oh, there we go.
talking, so that would be why.
Okay.
You're fine. You're fine.
There's some awkward hugging and ugly crying going on as the others
the
head
ugly
down.
Skaven crying. The Skaven that hasn't probably bathed in ever.
Probably smells better than
And
vomit, to be fair.
surprisingly, doesn't smell worse than Samantha.
Oh yeah.
Fish melee.
smelly animal people, yeah.
Depends on
Smells
whether
of
you
sweaty
prefer the smell of blood or fish. But
All right.
yeah, that's about it.
You guys start
Fish
heading
blood.
downstairs.
Well,
And yeah, so you
yeah.
see like in the corner of his cell, and across the way you remember the dwarf that, well, not the dwarf, the short person that looks like a dwarf that you captured from the base, who is in the other cell.
Samantha's gonna kind of come down. She's gonna like
Yes.
kind of like speed up a little bit after passing the dwarf looking human, and go to Hergig, and it's like, hi, only knew until now that you were even down here. Oh, what's your name? My name's Samantha. She's kind of like holding her hand out through the bars.
He just kind of like looks at you and doesn't move from his position. Hergig, what do you want?
I just wanted to know if you wanted to get out of here.
He's kind of like blinks. And he kind of looks around. It's like, I've been in here for like what, 2 months? Somewhere.
Well, it seems as if you were to join us, then we would let you out without hesitation. That seems to be the mood in the air, at least. I'm
He's gonna
pretty.
forward a bit. It's like, I ain't seen you before. You must be new.
I am, yes.
Do you know why I'm in here?
No.
I used to live upstairs. Then these chuckle fox came in, killed everybody else, put me in here. Except for forget her name, Lady of the Ogre. Apparently she joined up.
Oh
Right.
yes.
And the dude with the
als-
fucking demigriff.
Also, Oswald and
Right,
his
yeah,
demigriff. I heard about that. They went around trying to save everyone they could, but that didn't end well. Well, except for your leader. I heard there was a bit of controversy about that. People don't like talking about it around here.
He's just kind of like looking at you. You do realize these people killed all of my friends, right?
Oh, yeah. I guess that would be kind of. Yeah. I'm sorry that happened. What exactly did you guys do before they came through?
Standard stuff. Mordheim. How do you think we got up to?
I don't know. I'm kind of new here. I don't really know how war bands work too well.
We raided various of the places, collected warpstone, gave sacrifices to the maw. It's like when he like turns towards you, and like his left eye has been like gouged out.
And why is your eye gone? Is there a reason?
Sacrifice to the maw. We all did it. Well, most of us.
The maw. She kind of like opens one of her notebooks. I haven't. I've heard of Korn. I've heard of Mlal. I've heard of Slanesh, Nurgle, and the like, but I've never heard of the maw.
Doubt you would. It's an ogre god.
It's a what?
It's an ogre god. Well, I only have the one.
Huh. I see. Could you tell me a bit about the maw? Kind of getting out her pen.
Oh. It's a big thing that came down in a meteor, hit the ocean, and, well, ate most of the ogres.
Oh,
Also, a few other ones, but focus mostly on the ogres. Now, we appease it to stop it coming back and finishing the job.
so where is the maw?
Physically, way out in the ocean. Drilling a hole through the planet, well, through the world as far as I know. As far as I know. Great big whirlpool that everything gets sucked into eventually.
Oh, just like starting to feel a little bit guilty. So you guys weren't all that bad, all things considered, huh?
We ain't saints or anything. We're in Mordheim. Yeah, we never fucked with these guys. They just came and hit us one day. Had no idea they were even coming. Didn't even know they existed.
Huh. Just kind of like seems to like be looking around, kind of like, oh crap, I didn't know about this. That are you sure there was nothing that provoked either of you?
Not that I know of.
Huh.
We didn't fuck with these guys.
Perhaps the bled then?
I ain't heard of them either. We didn't fuck with other war bands. We kept to others.
Oh. She starts feeling guilty. I'm very sorry about that. I had no idea.
Sorry enough to let me out.
I just like she's just like contemplating very, very hard. Where would you go?
No, given that the only other two survivors betrayed us and joined up, probably out of Mordheim.
She's kind of like contemplating. I. She's like, how could I get you out of here?
Well, I assume there's a key to this thing.
Yes, but I don't have it. One of the others do, and I don't know which one of them has it. And besides, I know they weren't exactly kind to you, but they seem to be all right people, if violent. Like you, they aren't saints, but they have done their fair share of at least decent things as far as Mordheim goes. I don't want to hurt them either.
Yeah, he's kind of like leaned back and he's kind of looking at you. I don't really care who they are. Killed all my friends. Do you want to be around them?
I'll be honest, kind of. This is a bit of a new revelation for me, but I still see them as far as Mordheim standards go, at least heroes. But I suppose everyone has their dark side. I'm sorry you had to be exposed to it. I'll
That's something you want? Just down
no.
to talk.
Mostly to talk, yes. I'll see what I can do to get you out of here, okay?
Sure.
She kind of slithers her way back up, kind of guiltily, still like skittering past as she reaches like the human dwarf. Kind of like very scared like. As she slithers up and she's going to like she's going to probably talk to whoever's available. She doesn't know if Mange is still available, is still crying, but she's definitely going to at least talk to Solomon,
Oh
seeing
boy.
as
Yeah, so
she's
where
the
was
closest to him.
Well, if they're done with the magic thing at this point, he's basically sitting at the table trying to plan out an infirmary.
You like come in and see Solomon there with like a sheet in front of him, like drawing up some plans, like noting what kind of stuff he'll need.
Hey, Solomon,
But
what exactly happened with the people who used to be in this space?
most of them died horribly when we took over. Some of them joined us afterwards. I'm surprised
Oh.
I talked one of them into joining us, actually. My charisma is way down into the dumps. Literally. And then there's the one dude left down there.
Yeah, why exactly did you guys attack?
If I recall, we needed resources, and we found out they had a lot.
Oh, she's kind of like looking down, like, do we really need to keep the guy in the basement though?
I mean, you want to meet the file lady again? That's technically the situation we're in here. We know where he is. He's not a danger to us. Unless the werewolf gets out during the night.
It just seems a bit cruel and a bit needless. I talked to him. It seems he has no real qualms with you. He just wants to leave.
Not really something I would choose about.
Oh, I
You can
just
try and
thought.
talk to the Skaven leader we have. See what he chooses.
I think is he still crying? Is he still crying loudly?
Basically, for the rest of this day, he's still gonna be just like drunk, crying, and eventually go to bed. And then tomorrow, he might be able to talk, but he's probably gonna have a hangover.
She's probably gonna be like, maybe tomorrow might be a better idea.
I never even knew those things could cry.
I mean, I was aware. I just didn't know that they were capable. I just didn't know that they did.
I mean, I
course.
physically thought they did not have the ability to cry.
Oh, well, Mange is a strangely emotional Skaven, after all.
He's drunk as a skunk.
Well, sometimes that's what you need to be honest with yourself, as my
I've
mother
never seen
always
that
said.
goddamn leader of ours lie unless it involved Chinese. And
Well,
even then, he's
that's-
just like, mine.
Well, honesty is a good characteristic of a leader.
Okay.
It's like, so
Sometimes
how are
honesty
you?
get people killed. Pretty brutally, even.
Oh, well, how are you?
I'm planning out an infirmary.
Oh, can I help any?
I don't see why not. You might actually have a chance of seeing something I overlooked. Though I come from the sewers.
Well, I definitely know a bit more about, I suppose, I only know a very little amount about Gothic architecture, but I could take a look over it.
I mean, we're not exactly
She's
making a
kind of, like,
high-end
slithers over,
hospital
and they-
here. We're just making a room specifically for us to rest in and recuperate. And hopefully not have any amputations happening. But I still can't fix that.
Oh, that might be helpful. Let me see what I. She kind of like looks over, and as they spend kind of like the rest of the day looking over this.
You guys spend the day like drafting up plans for how to make an infirmary.
Yeah, proper one.
Ooh, at some point, so I'm no human remain boiling expert, but to if you want to keep a skull, would you essentially boil it to be able to get the bone out?
You'd essentially boil it till the meat kind of just slips off on its own.
Yeah, you don't want to get the shit that rots away off. I don't think Siegfried would have any like intimate knowledge of how to do that.
Wait, Solomon would be all for letting that thing rot off, but he also knows how to clean skulls.
Like burning it, putting in acid, all that kind of stuff can work.
Yeah, cooking is the most merciful to the skull itself.
Oh wow, just bleed himself heavily to like. I mean, that would be pretty corn.
Get a knife and shave it if you were really dedicated.
You can also just dry it in the sun and peel it all off.
That's
the main
true.
problem is how do you get the brain out?
How do I get the brains out?
Yeah, you can't get
yeah.
into it. Oh,
Is Siegfried blood
Actually, no,
strong enough that it would melt bone, or
actually no, there is a there is
Specific tool for getting brains out of the skull.
Yeah, you gotta ask
the
Egyptians.
ancient Egyptian like nose pick? Yeah.
Yeah, through the nose, or like since it's just the head, like up through the spinal columns. The only ways to get to the brain.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's like if Siegfried wants to like spend a bit and like clean up the skull, it's like yeah, you could do it decently well. Like on the Dex or Intelligence. It's like Dex if he just does it manually, Intelligence tries to find a way to like boil it out or something. Just don't talk up too bad.
Well, I'm debating if he'd want to though, because he's still looking at this like, you know, I want to keep this corn and everything. It does make me feel some kind of like some sort of serial killer.
What skull is it again?
Yeah, who's the head of?
The leader skull that has like the horns and stuff on it.
Oh yeah, the lady leader.
Can he roll a con to see if he like wills himself to do it?
I mean, that's up to you. You can roll if you want, but
I mean,
generally-
why not just ask the cultist of Nurgle for options?
Yeah, he would probably just go consult Solomon. Be like, hey, it's way you can, you know, kind of clean it. I think it's pretty impressive looking, but I mean, it's a corn skull though. I don't like. Is there a way that won't accidentally Nurgle it?
Well, you could just give it some corn as is. We can also boil it, roast the meat off, scrape it clean with a knife, carefully, mind you, if you want it to be a centerpiece of something. By the way, do you want it for showiness or actually just kind of give it to corn?
I mean, showiness is nice. I mean, you know, I'm giving it to corn, but you know, it's a spooky looking skull, I'm sure.
Well, he is the god of blood and skulls. Also war, murder, and several other things. I don't think he'd mind if he got the skull as is.
Well, no, but offering it doesn't make it disappear, though, right? Because like Norskin corn guys will just like wear this as like ornaments. Or do they not offer those skulls?
I think they dedicate them to him, but not in a manner that makes it go poof.
Oh, so the skull
Also
will
just
literally go poof if he dedicates it?
Some do, but I don't know how. Might be to just crush it to powder. Not exactly a corn cultist myself. Yeah, several options for cleaning the meat out of it. Getting the brain out is the tricky part.
Huh. He's gonna first, just out of curiosity, give his thumb a little prick with the knife to just like kind of smear like some acid onto the forehead. And just
You smear some acid blood onto it, it, like sizzles, and there's like a burn mark on it. But like it stops at the top bit, it doesn't get down to the bone. It gets through a good amount of the skin, but not all the way.
and just like lifts it up with, as he does that, he like lifts it up by the horn and just gives a hearty like blood for the blood, or yeah, skull for the skull throne. Anything happen?
Yeah, so you just like mark with a bit of your blood and then raise it up and just shout that. Roll me a charisma.
Oh, come on. That thing. Oh!
Hey,
Alright, I need
Close
to check
enough.
with the number.
And that too. That's freaking glorious. Our
Leather
rolls
just
today are
burst through the
freaking
wall.
So that is a D373. Actually, no, this is a...
Would this be a god-specific one?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, what the hell is Corn's at? Wasn't that 7?
For some reason, Word is making me sign in. I don't know why I've never done this before. Okay, well, I'm into Word. So you're not getting one of those gifts then. Apparently access denied. I don't know, I'll sort that out later.
Oh, poop.
It's a D373.
Corn couldn't open the vault today.
Apparently.
373 said?
Mm-hmm.
258.
Okay. Hey, masochism.
Siegfried getting masochism is just fucking glorious.
Yeah, so whenever you take damage, you have advantage on next attack against the thing that hurt you.
That's gonna be incredibly useful with your blade and stat drains.
You see, he's stroking where he cut his thumb a little too enthusiastically. Yeah.
Yeah, trying to keep dedicated to Corn, he feels like a wash of energy just travel through you.
Apparently he liked it.
He appreciated the effort.
It was nice.
Also, it was
Nice.
the head of a Malal leader, so...
Huh. Yeah.
Hey,
All right,
let's
yeah,
keep
yeah,
the
let's
skulls
talk-
now. We can just clean it.
All right, yeah, let's do it. I'll
Alright,
you know,
let me
I
get
still
the
have,
pot
still
boiling
have
with
some booze in
water.
me. I think I can stomach this. All right.
Yeah, so you guys go
Alright.
and you head about cleaning the head. Yes, there's one of you roll a relevant check with advantage.
Okay, apothecary?
Sure, that works.
Hey!
How good of a job you do. God damn the rolls this session. Except for 115, they've all been 5 or below. Good thing there's also a combat session. The combat session, you guys are all dead.
Yep.
Yeah, so you guys managed to clean it up, and it's in basically pristine condition. You know, have a perfectly good skull.
Nice.
Although you would have been went into a thing of nothing's holding the jaw, but with that, presumably someone like gets out some like xanthan gum, sticks it on.
Yeah, probably.
You get out
Cool,
some
cool.
like stab and get it a stick.
I mean, I think we could
Are
actually
you guys still talking about how to get a bear skull?
Oh, we cleaned
Oh no,
it.
they got the bear skull.
Now Solomon is thinking of getting Siegfried a skull.
The short
helmet.
answer is yes.
How?
Skull
I went
helmet.
and got dinner, took my dog out, and you're still back here talking about how to get a bear skull.
Hey, Siegfried
Well,
got masochism.
Yeah. Offered it
Okay,
to
the
Corn
skull.
first, then.
Although if you want a bear skull, you have to go outside the city and kill a bear.
Yeah,
Things to keep
we
in
did
mind.
clean the skull.
You have a nice clean skull that is dedicated to Corn.
So do you want that
And it's
to
like
be
horns on it and looks real metal.
Yeah.
So do you want to make that thing into an actual helmet, or do you want to just keep it as a nice memory of killing a leader?
It wouldn't be big enough for a helmet because she was smaller than Siegfried. But you could certainly work onto like a shoulder guard or something, or just like onto your belt.
Look metal as hell, and I bet Skitri could make some fun stuff with it.
Oh. Yeah, I was thinking I was first thinking fond memories or maybe even some sort of drinking bowl, but no, that sounds pretty hardcore. Yeah,
And
shoulder
we could make it
pad
to a
or
drinking horn, but then you would lose the horns on it.
oh no, yeah, screw that. Huh. Yeah, maybe
attach it to the
maybe let's
front.
talk to Skitchery. A nice
sounds
nice shoulder pad.
You guys go and talk to Skitchery.
I like how involved Solomon is in today's session. Normally he does fuck all.
And she rolled a 3. So you get that, so where are you getting it put onto your armor? Shoulder pad?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, you get this skull built onto your shoulder pad and melted slightly into the metal, so it's not going to fall off. And with Skitchy,
Nice,
a bit of padding on the inside of the horn so you don't headbutt it by accident.
Yeah, that would be nasty.
That if you headbutt the horns by accident, it doesn't hurt. Just get practical.
We just impale my face. Blood for the blood god.
Yeah, just don't shrug your shoulders too much. You're gonna whack yourself in the head.
I'm calling it now. This is somehow going to be the death of him.
Yeah, you're full. It's like you die by full damage. We just describe it as you impale yourself in the head. You stab the skull bit. One of the horns breaks off and jabs through your neck and just kills him.
Oh well, we better give him Executioner's Bane so he can actually survive that head injury.
We learn actually that they had an extra one that the leader took secretly, so she's coming back for her head.
You guys have done that. Anything else anybody particularly wants to do?
Oh, what did
Would like
Siegfried
to
find?
talk
out
to-
if we-
Yeah, I'm
You
assuming the
first.
next day that
You
yeah,
want
go
to talk
ahead.
to me?
Siegfried, go ahead.
I was just wondering. Yeah, earlier on, my initial intention was to check out the ballista. It was anything interesting there? Oh, up on the ballista. I remember one got destroyed. Does it look salvageable or anything?
Wait, one what got destroyed?
One of the ballista
ballistas.
platforms
ballista?
got fucked
Oh, the
completely.
ballista. Okay, I got you. Since Skitchery's your thing, I'll roll a thing for her, see if she's able to salvage it. Hey, 17! No, she is not. She's able
Wow,
to
the first
salvage
bad roll.
some of the wood and materials from it, but the ballista itself got fucked. Like too many of the delicate mechanisms got destroyed and it got kind of broken. So it would be easier to fit to make a new one, but it would have to be a full new one that you made.
Shit. Now, you just check with Skitchery. What would it take to what we need to go get another one together? I forget what exactly we did the first time.
She could put one together, but it's supplies. It's like she needs stuff to make it, so it'd just be a gold cost and a downtime for her.
All right, so I'll bring that up when the group's back together. If what we want to do with that.
Yeah, Zach will need to check there and remember what the actual cost for them was.
Alright,
Didn't down because I'm very bad at taking notes.
And when Mange is not crying anymore, Samantha's probably going to ask him about the key.
Yeah, probably the next day.
The morning comes and you see Mange sat at the day with his head in his hands, just groaning.
First hangover.
Mange, is this a good time?
Mange just sort of holds his head a little bit. You see that he's looking like he's in pain, but he sort of just looks up at you and he's just like, ah.
Well, I talked to Hergig.
Ah.
Why can you guys never get his name right?
Hergig. Hergig. Her gig. We are going to her gig. It's easy to remember that way. Now you have a pneumatic device. Whatever the fuck it's called. Not pneumatic, whatever. Mnemonic, whatever.
So she says, I talked with Hergig, and it seems he doesn't want to join, but he also doesn't really want to hurt us as much as he wants to leave. Wouldn't it be more cost effective to just let him go?
Yeah, whatever. Mange Sword just. So, have we established who actually has the key? Does Mange have the key or no?
I imagine it's just like in like a bowl somewhere, given you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
It's kind of
Mange
like
is like,
hanging on. It's just like on a coat hanger
yeah,
somewhere.
Mange is
I
just like,
almost
whatever, and he
imagine-
just points behind the bar. He's just like, go take it.
Oh,
I almost
okay.
imagined that we would actually have left it with Merrick just because we are sort of responsible.
We realized
Ma-
Alex
Merrick wouldn't have
actually took it
agreed
with
to
her.
that. Merrick wouldn't have agreed to that. He wouldn't want that shit.
True.
Leaving a ring of keys in his room, he wouldn't care about that.
Right. So she's just kind of like, okay, kind of taking it, and then like, all right, I'll be back.
When done,
Just like-
bring water.
Okay, I will, Mange. I hope you feel better.
Eh,
She
that's
kind of
basically
comes
the
down.
entire conversation.
She comes down again, slithering quickly past this one and going over. Here. She unlocks the gate or the prison, whatever it is, the cell. You're free to go.
Wait, that fucking worked?
Yeah, you can
Oh,
leave.
that should have been ages ago. They like stand
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're.
he's not giving me my shit back.
Probably not. But let me see. Have we split up the loot at this point? Like the gold, at least.
I have no idea.
From the previous
I
raid, no. The Malal raid, no.
I don't think any gold's been divided.
Nope.
Can we at least say that she at least got some of it?
I mean, this is your thing, so we would probably split it like straight evenly down the middle. Like that's probably why we never did, because we just assumed it would be that.
Yeah,
So
pretty much.
What was the total amount of money that we
It's
got?
2,000, so it's 500 gold each.
Yeah, so you got 500 gold. You can give him some of that, and that would be enough to get some food for a little bit.
She says, "Oh, but here." She kind of like gives him 50 gold. This should be enough to get you by and get some equipment.
He takes it and nods. So, thanks.
No problem.
Been here for a long time more. Should have asked
Alright.
sooner.
Yes. Well, I wish you good travels.
You're not gonna last long. See, heads up the stairs.
It's like, hope you have a nice trip.
He heads up, and everybody who's upstairs sees him just like step out of the basement, start heading for the door.
Solomon's busy working on the infirmary.
I mean,
No
he's
one
not a
stops
tavern.
him.
He's like, "Oh, you're nice. You're gonna fucking die so quick."
I mean, he's not wrong. Oh boy.
No, despite you're gonna prove him wrong.
Samantha's like, was
Well,
he
just-
right? Am I gonna die?
Am I the baddie?
Oh yeah, of course you're gonna die. We're all gonna die sometime.
Oh, that's probably what he meant. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he meant within a week.
Oh, well, is he right about that?
I fucking hope not. Your mom's gonna kill us if we die.
We've been pretty lucky so far.
This is true.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be fine.
Sure. Solomon just did pants.
We cut over to the Phoenix, like reforming and plotting some more.
While Solomon is also plotting something to help his teammates survive.
Should we also try to like get someone experience with putting out fires? It might help.
Pretty sure the others are already planning that.
We're gonna
Perhaps
literally spend a downtime hiring a fucking firefighter. I swear to God.
Oh, that'd be great.
We should.
Firefighter
That would
brigade.
be very useful.
like a water mage or something. We would have to go on an adventure for that. But I think it would be
water
worthwhile
mage.
considering what we're dealing with. That would actually
mean-
be a good idea for next session.
Are there water mages?
Well,
I mean,
we'll
there
find
should
out.
be like ice
And-
magic.
Closest, because he has some semi-weather stuff.
You know what I really still want to do? I still really want to find a fucking Warblock engineer, and I want to get Mob fucking, like, souped up with, like, a goddamn rattling gun. Like, goddamn. I would
Also-
love that.
Is there such thing as a water atronach or whatever? Water elemental.
There's definitely
there's
an ice
all-
one, at least.
Yeah, there's water. There's all form of elementals.
It's just
We
that
need
they
to
won't
find
join
one.
us. It's just that they
Yeah,
won't
every
join us. Because they're
elemental.
basically animalistic beings.
They're generally not that smart. It's like only really the elves can like actively control them.
Well,
And that's-
those ones seemed pretty smart.
You'd
Yeah,
think.
directly under the control of Phoenix, but they were probably
Giants are
just
not stuck
manipulated.
like other settings.
Huh.
Giants are sentient trees that will fucking kill you.
Enemy of dwarves everywhere then.
Well, I guess we're just gonna have to get a fire brigade.
Or couldn't we like maybe get the because we basically have a roof crew and that crew of humans and that ogre. What if we kind of double duty them? Well, not like double duty, but like that's kind of their backup thing. Is we kept like buckets and stuff at easy reach that they can.
So you have a well fairly nearby, but like it doesn't instantly refill. There's a limited amount of water in it. It takes a bit to refill.
Like, what I was thinking was that we would get, like, a bunch of, like, fire retardant, like,
Orphans.
stuff added to the wood and, like, water buckets on standby and easy to reach places and blah, blah, blah. Or we could just fucking move somewhere that isn't made of wood.
It's like,
Oh, the rock.
yes, but this place is very spacious and it functions fairly well. We have also
Yeah.
poured
We
a
would have-
lot of money into it.
That's the problem.
You'd be able to
we-
move like most of your shit there, because like most of like
wouldn't be able to
the
move
like
all of it.
room upgrades is like stuff that you put in the room. It'd just be like you'd have to transport it.
Well, we now have several summoned mounts of daemonhood and several ogres to help pull shit.
Mm-hmm.
You have 2 ogres.
And ogre-like
Just-
people.
Samantha's gonna be like, she's like gonna start thinking. She's gonna be like, well, let me check how much is in the well. She's gonna kind of like run out. Let me check how much is in the well. Maybe we have enough for something like that. And she's gonna like run out, and she's like as she's running out, like her, like there's this little itty bitty bit on her backpack that just like rips open, her not knowing, and just all of her books just pile out on the ground as she starts running out to the well.
I mean, I think you would notice that change of weight and the loud sound of books hitting the ground.
Yep.
And
And
she's
the
kinda
loud
like-
tearing of fabric.
She's just gonna kind of like, I'll come back to that. As she's kind of like trying to like figure this thing out. She's already set her mind to figuring this thing out. She'll figure that thing out later. She's a one thing at a time sort of girl.
Yeah, she runs off to check the well. Any you want to fuck with her book?
Siegfried will go pick them up and like act like he's just putting them on a table, but he will take a look at them while he does.
Solomon will help only to make a prank out of putting them all out of alphabetical order.
Basically, what you see is that they all have like these, like kind of like they all have the word vampire notebook on them, but they're all scratched out. Every single one of them have the word vampire scratched out on them, and like it's just like a bunch of different like there's a bunch of different like titles for it, and they're all scratched out. So there's no way of telling which one is actually the book for which one.
Huh. That's curious. Maybe
So essentially, if you want to read a book, roll 1d5.
he might take a peek as he's like putting them down.
See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, roll 1d5.
5.
Guess what you rolled?
A 5.
What?
5 is her diary.
Ooh.
How much do you read? Do you read the first page?
That'd be what language is it written in?
It's written
It
in
is-
common because that's all she knows.
Okay. Okay, fair.
So, how far do you read in? Do you just read the first page?
He reads the first page, and we'll see where it goes from there. What does he?
All right. So no one else reads it, or just him?
Where are you doing this, by
Solomon?
the way? Is Mange nearby?
It's just like the main room. She ran out of the door. Like the books all got scattered
Alright,
like
so,
by the door.
so Mange would be nearby, and he'd probably listen in if you start reading it out loud. But otherwise,
Are
he's
you
still
reading
nursing
it
his
out
headache.
loud?
He's not reading out loud. He's just looking at over.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, since you are the person who fucking
Who fucks?
You're the person who fucking.
fuck, how do I fucking no, not
We
that.
don't know. We don't know how
I'm
to fuck.
trying to get to I'm trying to get to DMs so I can privately message you this since you're technically the only one reading it, but I can't fucking get onto it on this fucking
Rip.
All right.
Would anybody else try and read a book? Or is Siegfried just like setting them down?
Mange is nursing his headache right now, so Mange isn't going to
And
be
Solomon
trying to
doesn't
move around
really
much.
care.
Yeah. We have a bunch of people that are very passive about a bunch of things that could be really interesting. So
Your secret is safe with my indifference.
All right.
Yep.
Lord. Now
Except
I can't
for
even get to
Siegfried.
the freaking chat anymore. What is going on here? Hold on. Give me a minute. No, stop. I wish my mouse wheel fucking worked. Okay. There we are. Finally. Lord Almighty. Here
there
we
is
are.
no God here.
There we are. This is what you read. Do you read further is the question.
He does.
Well, are you going to be reading it in that room, or are you going to try and like take it away because she's just running out to check the well, which is fairly close? So, it wouldn't take her too long.
True. Yeah, he'd read one more page where he is.
You're gonna keep just one more page is what you're doing?
Yeah.
And Samantha, roll me a perception check to see how quick you are with the checking the thing.
All right, let me do that.
If you get a 1, this will be hilarious.
All right, to do.
Barely succeeds.
All right, and
it's far down and it's dark, so it's going to take you a minute to figure out exactly how deep and how
And-
much water.
this is the second page.
Siegfried chuckles a little and reads one more page.
One more page, huh?
Right, so then for Solomon, roll. God, what would you roll for like speed reading? Detective, I guess. Just like how quick you read.
Pretty much, I guess. But Solomon didn't want to read the books.
It's kind of like see how quickly you're reading it because you're on the third page. And I don't imagine Samantha has the neatest handwriting.
Not the neatest, but definitely legible.
Yeah, so Solomon will have advantage on it since he does read stuff a lot. He is a cultist.
I'm not reading the books.
Oh, I keep confusing voices. Sorry, Siegfried. For some reason, I have it in my head
Oh.
that Solomon's reading it.
Oh wait, am I rolling then, or?
Yeah, whoever's reading the
Yes.
book. I'm just
Alright, so what
confusing
roll was
voices.
that?
Whatever you think would make sense for how quickly you read. I'd say like detection, perception, but you have gather information with perception.
All right. And this one you can tell was written. All right.
Hang on, I goof.
This would have passed anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, this one you would be able to tell that she kind of dates all of them. This one was dated yesterday.
Aw. You would hear actually just a really quiet, like, aw, from Siegfried at the people in the room as he closes it and puts it back down.
You kind of like as you're closing it, you hear like the sound of somebody coming towards the door, and then Alec that comes in.
Okay, I think we're definitely running a little bit low. Oh crap. Thanks for picking back up my books. I'm gonna need to get this stitch up later. I'll just carry them for now. She kind of like takes them and starts like carrying them off to her room. It's like she like picks them all up and then she picks up her diary and then she kind of like feels the edge a little bit and she's like, huh. It's weird.
Roll a detect. Roll say that'd be an insight.
Insight?
Perception.
Insight perception.
Yes, to see if you do notice that your diary has been.
All right, I think that would just be perception then, because I don't have insight. All right, let's see.
And how subtle was Siegfried like trying to be? I'd say like hand to see how noticeable
Probably-
your book was.
Really not that subtle. He just kind of was like nosy, whereas like I'm not going to be obvious about it, but he's like he didn't really take any special measures to make it look like no one opened it.
Yes, this meant you'd be able to tell somebody opened the book. You couldn't tell if like they read through it, or it's also possible it's just like from falling on the floor it got opened. But yeah, somebody definitely opened it. Like some of the pages are kind of like tucked under each other.
She kind of opens it and she like flattens out the pages, kind of like looking through it very nervously. And she starts like getting flustered and she's like, none of you read this, right?
No, we
I'm busy
just
planning an
no, we were
infirmary
just
over here.
man. We just pick them up, put them out, nice little stack.
Thank goodness. Okay.
Samantha, roll an insight with charisma with disadvantage.
Insight, charisma. I don't have insight, so that's just going to be a charisma at disadvantage.
Because Samantha's a trusting person.
That's at disadvantage. She
So
has
say-
really high charisma.
So Siegfried roll a deception.
Gotta roll good, buddy.
With deception, he said?
Yeah, if you don't have it,
And
just
first nat
charisma.
20. Succeed by 4 versus succeed by 8. So she catches wind.
Yeah, so Siegfried is. So I'd say, like, from that, you'd be able to, like, somebody read it, but you wouldn't be able to pick up on who. It's like Siegfried saw somebody read it, but you're not sure who. One of them.
She's gonna like, are you sure? It kind of seems like somebody read it. The pages are like, are you sure no one read it? No one? If so, can you at least tell me who?
And Samantha just beat
just-
red, even more so than usual.
Yes, very much so.
We'll just putting books back.
It's like,
I mean,
I-
we.
Wasn't Solomon helping?
kind of,
He's literally trying to throw.
Samantha's starting to
Siegfried
sweat
under the
now.
bus.
Samantha's starting to sweat now upon hearing this.
The
Wait,
smell of
what?
fish gets worse.
Solomon is unaffected. He's lived in the sewers. Fish is not a
Yeah.
problem.
No.
You see,
Hey, we've,
Mange over in the corner, just like look at you, just like wait there.
It's no reason. It's fine. I just she kind of like starts running up the stairs with her books into her room.
I still don't know how she manages to make it look like she runs when she slithers.
Still,
Yeah,
it slithers.
Also bops up and down as she slithers forward, so it looks like she's running. I imagine Samantha's the type to like adopt stuff to more seem like the people around her. So she kind of adopted like bobbing a bit, so it looks like she's running.
Yeah, she definitely did. Yep. And that's what happened right there.
All those hero stories in her diary. Exposed.
Siegfried, you are now the keeper of those secrets. You may divulge them however you wish.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so what happens in like the
I love
next couple
knowing
minutes?
that fucking Fluff has been plotting to have somebody read this the entire fucking time.
Siegfried,
Absolutely, I have.
You know it was him and not me because he's the one that described it coming out of his bag.
Yep.
So it's not like I planned it, he did.
I did. Yes, very much so. Because this session was getting a little bit dull.
Wow!
Wow, thank you so much.
I'm dull crying. I'm sad crying over here, nursing a fucking hangover.
And Solomon's been hella busy unlike usual when he's doing fuck or nothing.
Excuse me for having a fucking drunk migraine
Hangover.
for the first time I've ever had alcohol as a fucking rat man.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just thought
What
I'd
a
spice it up a
fucking
bit more
bitch!
since there's no combat.
No, I'm just fucking-
Yeah, it's just like when anything happened after Samantha runs upstairs.
Siegfried
I
after she goes would just be kind of snickering, and maybe just kind of just like pat Solomon on the shoulder.
Solomon
You're
isn't
You're a popular guy.
Yeah, apparently. Not even work for it at the moment.
So, you definitely noticed the moment she heard that Solomon helped pick them up as well, she instantly froze up.
The funnest part about this is he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, this is so fucking one-sided.
Yeah.
yeah.
Only
He's just
Samantha
like,
cares.
oh no, he's going to think so rashly out of me, and he's just like, picking like his nose or some shit in the corner.
I'm hoping we get like some weird moment where eventually Samantha knows, Siegfried knows, and is trying to like get him to play matchmaker, while meanwhile Solomon's just like da 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 da.
Fuck this, I'm going about my day doing Nurgle shit.
The Nurgle cultist and the vampire. Nothing will ever go wrong with that.
No, especially not because he is legit out to kill vampires. For valid reasons, they've been fucking with his friends.
boy.
This lot is good.
Lordy.
Damn.
But yeah, immediately after, she just kind of like starts stitching her stuff up, and then she'd come back down. She's like, I'm sorry. It's like kind of looking back over at Siegfried. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure you. I mean, I don't mean to say you were lying, but I
Shut up,
You
have a
good?
drink.
You good? All is well.
Is it? It doesn't feel like it is.
Alright, so yeah, you were out near some nighttime Mordheim water. Occasionally, little jitterbugs get in there, and they probably got on you. Just take a deep breath. Everything's fine.
Okay, all right.
No one's dying for once.
Well, yeah, I think that would pale in something like that would pale in comparison to this. Or the other way around. I mean, obviously, this isn't nearly as important. This is the. I'm gonna go lay down. She kind of goes back upstairs.
And,
No one cares at all either. No one cares.
You
No
you
one
have
gives
you
a
have the
single
exact you have the exact timing for this where things align in like the way to make it exactly so everyone doesn't care, because Mange would actually be interested if you weren't fucking nursing a fucking
hungover.
hangover from like having a mental goddamn break from the stress of being quote unquote leader. And all sorts of other things. Siegfried's just trying to play it off playfully, and Solomon,
Yeah.
well, Solomon just doesn't.
He thinks
give
it's
a shit.
funny. He doesn't want to bully her.
He thinks it.
And
Yeah,
someone
it's
is just
kinda
plain not
funny.
interested in information of that kind. It's just books.
To be perfectly honest, there were some books on vampires in there as well.
All he needs to know, he already knows.
No, I mean like insider information about vampires.
He just needs to know how to kill them effectively, that's all. Doesn't really care about all the insider.
He's not one to pry, which is probably why he's generally in the background.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything else of note that people do over the next few days?
Well, if Solomon still has time, he's gonna go over more of the potions. Mama.
So you'd be able to get one in addition to your planning in firm.
Alright, loot table.
Oh yeah, and by the way, the entire time we've been doing this, I've been in the background working on an updated overlay for the fucking campaign, because that's what I've been doing.
Oh, nice.
It's nice.
I'm still fixing it.
Let's see. Skull-shaped bottle then.
So if there's nothing else, we kind of finish up here and kind of like work out the mechanics
Wait,
of some stuff.
I just realized, Trisky, did you ever announce the stream?
Yeah, I posted it in the Discord. I fucked up the link the first time and then replaced it with the right link because it decided to, I set up the date wrong for tomorrow's fucking Rogue Trader campaign, and so it started streaming to that instead, so I just made that more
Like,
time.
oh no, like our
and kept it up.
viewers might not be able to watch this live. Whatever will we do?
No. Yeah, I'm never really all too bothered about this one, to be quite blunt with you, because a lot of people don't watch this live. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
really wish they would, because I love it, and it's really fun, and I love all you guys, but nobody fucking watches it.
Yeah. It's still fun. How much does
It is.
Solomon learn about the skull-shaped bottle with the black liquid?
Well, I mean, do you want to have your downtime to be searching through the bottles?
We'll figure that out. But anywho,
Because
I'm
I gave
going to
you
drop this
with
off
that
here.
down.
All right, guys, are you ready to actually do the thing?